الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله عليه أفضل الصلاة والسلام. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to your weekly program, Quranic Thoughts, where we broadcast live on Tuesday at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Last week, we have a cemetery to attend. Most of the TV people were all attending the cemetery. That's why we could not do we cannot make the last week's program. So sorry about that, but occasion could happen. We're still at Juz Amma. We finished most of it. Last episode we start An-Nazi'at. We did not quite finish it. We finished up to ayah number 26. So today we're gonna continue this surah, finish An-Nazi'at, and then we're gonna also go over the second part to Amma. I'm not sure if we're gonna finish Amma, Surah Al-Naba today, or maybe next episode we'll finish all the Juz Amma, inshallah. Surah Al-Nazi'at. Surah Al-Nazi'at, as we explained last episode, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pictured you how this Nazi'at, how when the angels come into the body and to take the spirit that in the body to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Nazi'at is Nazi'at gharqa wa nashitati nashta. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us how this spirit will come out of the body to be delivered to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And depending on what we do in our life, that's how easy or hard for the spirit to come out of the body. And we went over when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say that for those people that they have a heart, that they not follow the instruction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this believer, it's going to be very hard on them, and they will be wondering what's happening, and then he said, I'm going to go back to what it was, to the same lifestyle. They were thinking about how this life, تلك إذن كرة خاسرة, and thinking about what is going to happen to them. That's when this happened, that's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us how those disbelievers would think. That way we can avoid, or we can deliver the message to this believer that this day is coming, and be careful of that day. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave an example of Moses. هل أتاك حديث موسى? And then asking about Moses and how Moses came to advise the Pharaoh to follow the instruction of Allah, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did to Pharaohs through the Prophet Moses, peace be upon him. So it's examples for those who want to see example in their life. So here is Moses, and see what happened to Moses. So take a lesson from this Moses. We end at this point last episode. Today we're going to continue at ayah verse number 27. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, أَأَنْتُمْ أَشَدُّ خَلْقًا أَمِ السَّمَاءِ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us, asking a question for those in a higher level of education, to the science, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, سَنُرِيهِمْ آيَاتِنَا فِي الْآفَاقِ وَفِي أَنفُسِهِمْ حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ لَهُمْ أَنَّهُ الْحَقُّ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continued showing all the scientists, all those people that they are doing a research, they using their brain to discover new things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, will show them all this. And this is part of it. أَأَنْتُمْ أَشَدُّ خَلْقًا أَمِ السَّمَاءِ. Meaning, are you harder to create? Are you stronger to create, or the sky? So when you think about the creation of the man, and how the mankind came to this life, and the procedure to create the man, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala look at this, go deep, analyze it, which now we have access to know how man was created. And also, we know how the sky was built. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you, go deep and look at here and look at there. And see which one is stronger to create. When we say the sky, 1400 years ago, they know the sky is the sun, the moon, the clouds. All they don't know too much about. They know it's far away. They cannot reach it. That's all. So it must be something very strong. They don't know it. But today, and I take this picture, I made this picture from the internet, and also everybody can go to the internet and see how, when you see the sky, we need our imagination, our life, go to this. Here's the sun, this one is the sun, and all these planets around the sun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made this. So this is, when we talk about sama, you always need to keep this picture with you, and you can have a good picture from the internet, look at it, analyze it, and see how much Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is as far as we know, but the sky is more than that. We don't even discover the whole sky yet. So, أَأَنْتُمْ أَشَدُّ خَلْقًا أَمِ السَّمَاءِ? Are you stronger to create or the sky? بَنَاهَا. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, بَنَاهَا, bana mean built. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling this, He built this sky. So built is, meaning of built is when you bring some material to put it together to build something. A building, a house, a machine, a city, a country. So this is building, which is taking all this material and make it together, connection together to make the building that you are building. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you look at the sun, the moon, and the earth, and the Saturn, and Mercury, and Venus, and Pluto, all these planets, you see there is a harmony, there is connection between them. There is no one can come before other. There is no, they have orbits that they go around in a certain time, certain period, and only the sun and the moon and the earth. No, none of these planets, how is the planet strong? Can disobey Allah. Earth will go in the orbits. Sun, moon. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you and show you this is stronger to create, and here you are, disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So أَأَنْتُمْ أَشَدُّ خَلْقًا أَمِ السَّمَاءِ بَنَاهَا. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala meant, when we read this verse, أَأَنْتُمْ أَشَدُّ خَلْقًا أَمِ السَّمَاءِ بَنَاهَا. So we have to pause, because this is to different time. أَأَنْتُمْ أَشَدُّ خَلْقًا أَمِ السَّمَاءِ to some people. And بَنَاهَا to people after that, when they do more discovery. Because so far, that's what we know. Those planets. But also if you go deep and you look at all this, scientists, where they say this sky is more than what we see, more than what we know. When you look at the this image in the internet, they're gonna tell you more planets, more. They don't know it. We don't really know the will of Allah yet. أَأَنْتُمْ أَشَدُّ خَلْقًا أَمِ السَّمَاءِ بَنَاهَا. And telling you detail. رَفَعَ سَمْكَهَا فَسَوَّاهَا. رَفَعَ raised. سَمْكَهَا thickness. سَوَّاهَا perfected it. So we know the sky that we see here, 3Ds, it has a thickness. We don't know it yet. رَفَعَ سَمْكَهَا. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say رَفَعَ, don't expect this, the earth here and the sky was raised from earth, because earth is part of the sky. So this sky that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raised it from somewhere else bigger than the sky. رَفَعَ سَمْكَهَا, thickness. So how thick is the thickness of the sky? رَفَعَ سَمْكَهَا فَسَوَّاهَا. This is, we Muslim, when we read this, when we recite the Quran and get this knowledge, we have to open our mind and do more research and maybe get knowledge about all this, because it has to, the Quran, we're giving you some advice, some hints to find out more about the sky. So if the scientists say this is the sky and this is how it is, we need to ask him, oh, how about the thickness of the sky? They'll say, what is Allah, the one who created the sky, said, رَفَعَ سَمْكَهَا فَسَوَّاهَا. And of course we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created 7 skies. وَبَنَيْنَا فَوْقَكُمْ سَبْعًا شِدَادًا. We have built وَبَنَيْنَا فَوْقَكُمْ above you 7 skies strong. So the will of Allah, we don't know many things about it yet. And that's what we need to get more education. When we talk to scientists, we need to talk to researchers, we need to say, oh yeah, the Quran say this is a sama has a thickness. رَفَعَ سَمْكَهَا فَسَوَّاهَا. And what happened after that? أَغْطَشَ لَيْلَهَا وَأَخْرَجَ ضُحَاهَا. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you this setup of the sun, the globe, the moon, and all these planets. So رفع سمكها فسواها وأغطش ليلها وأخرج ضحاها. Meaning, make it like very light, night, go deep in the night, make it night, very dark, deep. وأخرج, and bring out the duha, the light. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made this, create this sky, that as far as we know, but more than that. But our knowledge today say this is the sky. So the sun, make the globe go around facing the other way of the sun. This is like very dark, and then globe turn around to be sunny, and so on and so forth. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made this happening. وَأَغْطَشَ لَيْلَهَا وَأَخْرَجَ ضُحَاهَا. And remember, all these ayat, verses of the Quran came 1400 years ago when people do not know anything about the sun, the globe, the earth, or anything. Okay. وَالْأَرْضَ بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ دَحَاهَا. Then you go to the earth, the globe. After that, the globe, دَحَاهَا, made it good for the humanity to live on. So, وَالْأَرْضَ بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ دَحَاهَا. Some other scholars say dah mean egg. So دحاها is shaped like an egg. Today we know it's shaped like an egg, and that's how the earth shaped like an egg. وَالْأَرْضَ بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ دَحَاهَا. Then what happened? أَخْرَجَ مِنْهَا مَاءَهَا وَمَرْعَاهَا. From this earth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring out its water and places and things ready for you to take care of your cattle, animals that you have, the cows. And so أَخْرَجَ مِنْهَا مَاءَهَا وَمَرْعَاهَا. You can prepare a place where you can raise all these animals and you can be useful to you. أخرج منها ماءها ومرعاها. والجبال أرساها. And the mountains أرساها, stop it in a locations. So أرسى. So أرسى mean something was moving and then landed in some area. والجبال أرساها. So let's go back and see this and visualize it. Is it أأنتم أشد خلقا أم السماء؟ والسماء بناها رفع سمكها فسواها وأغطش ليلها, and here is the sun and the globe, وأخرج ضحاها والأرض بعد ذلك دحاها, make it good for humanity to live on. أخرج منها ماءها ومرعاها, bring out the water and the place where you take care of your cattle. والأرض بعد ذلك أخرج منها ماءها ومرعاها والجبال أرساها. جبال أرساها, and he put it in different locations, and we know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say والجبال أوتادا. أوتادا means pegs, which is this mountain, the scientists say the mountain go all the way down to hold the layers of earth from moving, make it ready for the human to live comfort. So this is the setup that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made for the humanity, and he said مَتَاعًا لَكُمْ وَلِأَنْعَامِكُمْ. So all this was made for you to enjoy and your cattle. So Allah subhanahu, look at Allah subhanahu, started the verses with أَأَنْتُمْ أَشَدُّ خَلْقًا أَمِ السَّمَاء بَنَاهَا, and end with he made all this for you. You see the setup? Here is the sky, how sun and moon and day and night, how the earth will make it good, how the earth will make it water and mar'a, and how the earth will put the mountains to make it, to hold the layers of earth. All this for متاعا لكم ولأنعامكم, to enjoy for you and your cattle. This is the setup that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made for us. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell us 1400 years ago that things that we only know today and things not even know it yet. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you a hint to go find out. What is this? قُلْ سِيرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ فَانْظُرُوا كَيْفَ بَدَأَ الْخَلْقِ. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered in another verse of the Quran that go and find how this world was created. And from this, after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talk about Moses, and for people take example and listen from it, and here is a scientist, and they go deep and look, this documents in the Quran 1400 years ago, talking about things that we didn't even know. The humanity don't even get to the point where to know everything about the will of Allah yet. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, فَإِذَا جَاءَتِ الطَّامَّةُ الْكُبْرَى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell you how you were created, and the sky, how this created, and how He made all this for you. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, one day this will end. End of life. And we all know this life will come to an end. And say, فَإِذَا جَاءَتِ الطَّامَّةُ الْكُبْرَى. This is overwhelming calamity. When this is, they blowing in the horn, and this is the end of the world. The big one, because there was like two of them. One, the first one, and second one. With the second one, everything will vanish. All human will vanish. And what's going to happen to the setup that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did for us? وَالسَّمَاء, and the sky, and the earth, and raise رَفَعَ سَمْكَهَا, and the mountain, and the water, and all this. What's going to happen to it? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us in the surahs that we went through. After the surah, after the Nazi'at, there was a takwir, al-intishar, al-infitar. All the surahs, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you what's going to happen to the earth, to the moon, to the sun, to the stars, to the planets, and how all the world destroyed. Because we have a different setup to the end of the world. Setup where this setup for the humanity to get their result of what they do in their life, what they do in the performance of their life, which is two ways, hellfire or paradise. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us paradise and keep us away from hellfire. Yes. When this time come, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, يَوْمَ يَتَذَكَّرُ الْإِنسَانُ مَا سَعَى. That day when this tamma, when the end of this world will come, every insan, and always Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses the word insan, different than nas. Insan, those human that not follow the instruction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the disbeliever. يَوْمَ يَتَذَكَّرُ الْإِنسَانُ مَا سَعَى. That time, we hear our life, we have a different memory, different way of talking. People can lie, can cheat, can do anything, because they have here, Allah give the right to the humanity to do whatever they want, whatever their brain, their inner self direct them to do, their desire, all this, and you can go around things. But when the Tam al-Kubra come, that's it. You cannot lie, you cannot cheat, you cannot hide things. Is everything clear? By then, يَوْمَ يَتَذَكَّرُ الْإِنسَانُ مَا سَعَى. That the day, every disbeliever, every insan will remember what happened to them. What have they done in their life? It's not like depending on memories. Because when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talk about the insan, and people talk about the nafs, and the nafs, which is the inner self. The inner self, nafs, is the one that you can picture today, today's language, is as your hard drive. This is everything saved there. So when the tamma come, the nafs, the inner self, will be able to bring out all this and to remember يَتَذَكَّرُ الْإِنسَانُ مَا سَعَى, what they did in their life. وَبُرِّزَتِ الْجَحِيمُ لِمَنْ يَرَى. This is different setup. When the sky and the earth and the globe finished. And now, بُرِّزَتِ الْجَحِيمُ لِمَنْ يَرَى. The hellfire will come out, and the light is gonna be more burning more, warmer, very hot. وبرزت, and come out. This is a new setup. الجحيم لمن يرى, whoever can see. فأما من طغى, those that they disbelieve in Allah, transgress, those who transgress in this life, that's the meaning of أما من طغى وآثر الحياة الدنيا. So transgress and say, oh, select this life to live as they want, don't care about others, don't care about the rules of the Creator. آثر الحياة الدنيا. Everything in their life, select this life. Doesn't matter. I can live my life if I steal, if I cheat, if I take this people's property, if I disbelieve in Allah, if I don't thank Allah, if I don't even think about Allah, the Creator. So آثر الحياة الدنيا, follow their desire. فإن الجحيم هي المأوى. Jahim, برزت الجحيم. When Jahim, the hellfire, came out, this is the end of this act of in this world in hellfire. Jahim, hellfire. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala set up, when this Tama come, everybody will remember, oh, I did this, I killed this, I cheat on this, I lie, everything will know, because all saved on the books, on your hard drive, on your memory stick. All this is, we know this language in our life, but it's more sophisticated things in hereafter. يوم يتذكر الإنسان ما سعى وبرزت الجحيم لمن يرى فأما من طغى وآثر الحياة الدنيا فإن الجحيم هي المأوى والعياذ بالله. So those, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warned those, and our duty is to go and warn those who is too much in connect with this life and not thinking about what's going to happen in here after. They here live comfortable, enjoy the sun that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created, enjoy the land that Allah, the sea, the water, they enjoy the food, they enjoy everything, and not even think about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they select this, use it, and not thinking of thanking the Creator subhanahu wa ta'ala. For those, when a time will come, they will remember all this behavior, all this act in their life, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, their end, their life after that is in hellfire. And ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to keep us away from those action, from this hellfire, Ya Rabbal Alameen. But the good news coming up, وَأَمَّا مَنْ خَافَ مَقَامَ رَبِّهِ وَنَهَى النَّفْسَ عَنِ الْهَوَى فَإِنَّ الْجَنَّةَ هِيَ الْمَأْوَى. So when a time comes, there is two kinds. One, select this life and do whatever do in this life and enjoy this life without even care about others or care about thanking the Creator. And this is a good one. فَأَمَّا وَأَمَّا مَنْ خَافَ مَقَامَ رَبِّهِ. Of those who fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, fear how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala create and He made us maqam. Maqam is a position of Allah. Position is not the right word even to say about Allah. With Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He create and He can do this, He own the sky and the owner of a day of judgment. Allah maqam rabbi, and the one who fear Allah and how Allah create this, and you understand how maqam, the level, of course, higher, Allah Akbar. فأما من خاف مقام ربه ونهى النفس عن الهوى. When you fear Allah, don't just say, I fear Allah. That's it. No, you prevent your inner self and nafs عن الهوى, your desire. So because you, and that's what taqwa is. With taqwa is you fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You fear as He like there. If you don't see Allah, Allah see you. You know that. So if you worship Allah as if you see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But of course you don't see Him, but He see you. So those who, if their desire and the nafs say, oh, you know what? Let's not go pray and let's go have some fun. The nafs say, no, prevent them. ونهى, prevent, النفس, inner soul, on hawa, their desire. Oh my God. So we know, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us too much about the nafs, and one time we're going to go over this nafs, inner soul, وَنَفْسٍ وَمَا سَوَّاهَا فَأَلْهَمَهَا فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا. And also nafs, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, this is your inner self, which is given, is inspired, this inner self to be good or to be bad. فُجُورَهَا وَتَقْوَاهَا. And taqwaha, and also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, إِنَّ النَّفْسَ لَأَمَّارَةٌ بِالسُّوءِ. That's where Satan go to your inner self and try to push you hard to follow your desire. But you prevent it from. It's hard, yes, and that's what the jihad in nafs, that's what you fight with, or you try to have a battle between you, the brain, and the nafs, and the desire, and Satan there to have it, a good life, live as for the instruction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So those who fear Allah and prevent their inner self from following the desire, those فَإِنَّ الْجَنَّةَ هِيَ الْمَأْوَى. Paradise, that's where you're going to spend the rest of your life. Because this is a temporary life and there is a permanent life. فَإِنَّ الْجَنَّةَ هِيَ الْمَأْوَى. That's when the time will come. يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ السَّاعَةِ أَيَّانَ مُرْسَاهَا. They ask you about the day of judgment. When is it? And of course, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hide this, the day of judgment, from anyone, even the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ السَّاعَةِ. They ask you for the day of judgment. When is it? فِيمَا أَنْتَ مِنْ ذِكْرَاهَا. And the tafsir did it twice. One say, they tell the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, you don't know it. And other tafsir say, asking, where are you from it to ask about Sa'ah? Are you ready for it? فِيمَا أَنْتَ مِنْ ذِكْرَاهَا إِلَى رَبِّكَ مُنْتَهَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only one who knows. When is it and how is it? إِنَّمَا أَنْتَ مُنْذِرُ مَنْ يَخْشَاهَا. You are the only one. Warn people, those who fear this time. كَأَنَّهُمْ يَوْمَ يَرَوْنَهَا لَمْ يَلْبَثُوا إِلَّا عَشِيَّةً أَوْ ضُحَاهَا. When they see it, they're not going to stay عشية, night, or daytime. So it just will come very quick. So this is the day of judgment. And this is the end of Surah Al-Nazi'at. And this is, we have to focus and see it, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you valid information about what's going to happen after that, when the raw spirit come out of the body, when give you some lessons, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you things that you can see, that you make you, encourage you to go deep and think, that to help your inner self to be in a taqwa of Allah and fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant you paradise and keep you away from hellfire. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept from all of us the good deed. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us aware of all this, the day of judgment when He come, and make us do the good deed that will be helpful to list us among muttaqeen. I'd like to thank you very much. We're taking a break, and when we come back, inshallah, we'll go over Surah An-Naba, Amma Yatasa'alun. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back. Before the break, we finished Surah Al-Nazi'at, and now the first surah of Juz' Amma, actually, and that's how the Juz' Amma was named after. The Surah Al-Naba start with the first word, the Amma. That's why I say Juz' Amma. And of course, the Juz' before that starts with Tabarak, which is Surah Al-Mulk, and before that is Qad Sama, which is the first surah. So now we went from back to end of the Quran to Amma, and this is the last surah that we're gonna go over in this Juz' Amma Quranic Thoughts. So An-Naba. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, see, beginning of this, Amma yatasa'alun. Meaning, Amma is question, and it's like wondering, a question that the answer is known already. Amma yatasa'alun. What are they asking about? Because at that time when the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ came to Mecca, and give the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and including this message is what's going to happen to people in this life and hereafter. All these verses of the Quran, ayat of the Quran in Mecca, people start to ask questions. عَمَّ يَتَسَاءَلُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving this surah to the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, because they were asking questions. They were mukhtalifun, which they were like debating, which they all have different opinions. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala want to clear this to them and to us and to whoever come to the Islam, because this is about knowledge. When more you know about knowledge, you will be a good Muslim. Follow the instruction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. عَمَّ يَتَسَاءَلُونَ. What are they asking about? عن النبأ العظيم. Naba is a new. Azim, great news. So they were asking about the great news. Great news, some scholars say they were talking about the message of the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent the message, they were asking about this message. What about it? When it come, and is it true that we're gonna die and Allah we're gonna give us either good hellfire or so they were questioning about this Naba al-Azim. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala الذي هم فيه مختلفون. They have argument. They have different opinions. They have different in understanding this news. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, this is the answer. This is situation. They were asking question. They have argument. They don't believe in each other. The message is not, when they receive it, they don't take it as just the message came and follow it. They arguing. They want to know what's the deep of it and the true of it. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, كَلَّا سَيَعْلَمُونَ ثُمَّ كَلَّا سَيَعْلَمُونَ. The scholar, the Sheikh Sha'rawi say, he repeated because the first one they were, كَلَّا سَيَعْلَمُونَ, first time when they die. ثُمَّ كَلَّا سَيَعْلَمُونَ, when they come back to ask about for the day of judgment, inshallah. So كَلَّا سَيَعْلَمُونَ ثُمَّ كَلَّا سَيَعْلَمُونَ. They know for sure it is the truth, and they know this Naba al-Azim, this news came, is true. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala stopped at this point, and then now is giving us the knowledge, giving Muslims the knowledge that will be strong. When people ask, then you have the tools to talk to them. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pay your attention to things around you. And look how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did things around you that you can see with your eyes. That way, you know it is the truth. أَلَمْ نَجْعَلِ الْأَرْضَ مِهَادًا. Don't to make the globe, the earth, ready for man to walk in and to enjoy it? أَلَمْ نَجْعَلِ الْأَرْضَ مِهَادًا. And when you think about it, and especially today, when we were talking about how the planets, remember when we talk about أَنْتُمْ أَشَدُّ خَلْقًا أَمِ السَّمَاءُ بَنَاهَا. When you think of all these planets, there is no planet that mankind can live on except the earth. أَلَمْ نَجْعَلِ الْأَرْضَ مِهَادًا. This is one thing, yeah? Today, especially today, when you talk about with somebody, say, look, this earth, the globe, made it easy for man to live in. No other planet. Who made this? Allah. وَالْجِبَالَ أَوْتَادًا. And look at the mountains on earth, أوتادا. Mountain are pigs. And pigs, 1400 years ago, we know pigs is like a piece you dig in a land or anything that's to stick out. So pigs, long time ago, 1400 years ago, it's pigs like something sticking out. But today we know that mountain أوتادا also, أوتادا, pigs mean it can hold things. Like if you have, and that's what the Jibal is, we discover that the layers of the earth are moving. When you go deep to earth, to the center of the earth, you see like layers. And this mountain goes all the way deep to hold these layers from moving. So make it ready for the man. ألم نجعل الأرض مهادا والجبال أوتادا وخلقناكم أزواجا. We created you couples. And we look at the how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created man, Adam, male. And from Adam created female, woman. So how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from male, it's not by nature. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created this way, has different emotion, different power, different energy, different things, different. And when the man married the woman, they produce male and produce female, same time. So who control this? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created male and female. It's not by nature. It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who made us male and female to have the male and female marry and enjoy each other. This is Allah. Okay. وَجَعَلْنَا نَوْمَكُمْ سُبَاتًا. When you look at the how you function in your life and how you in your daytime you work hard, you go here and do that and this, and then at night you need to in a place where comfort, dark, to sleep. Because if you don't sleep, there's gonna be problem for you. That's why I say people stay, I stay up late. I cannot function in a day. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will feel dark, making the night for you to enjoy and to have some sleep, because your body, your brain need some sleep. Who create your body? Allah. And who create the night for you to rest? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَالَّذِي يَتَوَفَّاكُمْ بِاللَّيْلِ وَيَعْلَمُ مَا جَرَحْتُمْ بِالنَّهَارِ. So He is the one that He put you to sleep at night, put you to sleep. That's why your spirit comes out of your body to sleep. If you think about how do you sleep, if you can say, I'm going to sleep this time, but actually you don't sleep, you go to your bed, but the sleep will come to you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created this. That's why we need to dig in to find out, not just to sleep and wake up and go in the morning and do whatever you want to do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this easy and good for you to practice your life properly. وَجَعَلْنَا نَوْمَكُمْ سُبَاتًا وَجَعَلْنَا اللَّيْلَ لِبَاسًا. That's why in the night there is no sun, there is no light, quiet, because this is your body need that. He's the one who create your body, and He's the one who create things to be comfortable, good for this body. وَجَعَلْنَا النَّهَارَ مَعَاشًا. And the daytime, ma'asha, is you act, you transact your life, you live your life. Ma'asha is you live your life. So ma'asha, this night, time, and the sun, and the rain, and the action of this life, make it life for you. So life don't get bored. You don't get bored. Night and day changing. All this to practice your life comfortable. وَبَنَيْنَا فَوْقَكُمْ سَبْعًا شِدَادًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, after this comfortable and for you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala want to give you some knowledge. We know the Quran is not for this time. It's not 1400 years ago. It's not for tomorrow. It's forever. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He say, سَنُرِيهِمْ آيَاتِنَا فِي الْآفَاقِ وَفِي أَنفُسِهِمْ حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ لَهُمْ أَنَّهُ الْحَقِّ. سَنُرِيهِمْ. 1400 years ago, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala سَنُرِيهِمْ future. Today, in the 21st century, سَنُرِيهِمْ is still Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put it in a future format, because it's still Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to show us in the future all the time. Every time you recite the Quran, it's not like we showed them. No, we'll show them. وَبَنَيْنَا فَوْقَكُمْ سَبْعًا شِدَادًا. We have created above you 7 shidada strong, and this is the 7 skies. How much do you know about the 7 skies? Not much. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent this 1400 years ago. This is the clear evidence. That's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who sent this book. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who gave us this direction, hence for you to go find out. The scientists today, they say yes, there is 7 skies. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said for 1400 years ago. For us as a Muslim, we need to know that. We need to know in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, فَبَنَيْنَا فَوْقَهُمْ سَبْعًا شِدَادًا. For us, when we discuss it with others, this is clear evidence. Technology as a 21st century coming, with all this great technology, all the Quran support all this technology, and we need to know it. We need to dig in. If they find something at this level, we're gonna go and ask him what's the other level. Like in Nazi'at, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ورفعنا about the sky, السماوات. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala رفع السماوات. And when رفع السماوات with the thickness, رفع سمكها فسواها. رفع raised the thickness of the sky, and he perfected it. When you think about this, ask the scholars, what's the thickness of the sky? And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala raised it from where? Not from earth, because earth is a part of the sky. All this knowledge, we need to educate ourselves. We need to dig in and find the link between what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say here and the technology of today. وَبَنَيْنَا فَوْقَكُمْ سَبْعًا شِدَادًا وَجَعَلْنَا سِرَاجًا وَهَاجًا. Who know 1400 years ago that the sun produced heat and light? The source, who 1400 years ago know this? The temperature of the sky, of the sun. وَجَعَلْنَا سِرَاجًا وَهَاجًا وَأَنزَلْنَا مِنَ الْمُعْصِرَاتِ مَاءً ثَجَّاجًا. This is the rain. But when you go deep to see المعصرات وأنزلنا من المعصرات ماء ثجاجا, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is picturing into you the cycle of how the rain, معصرات ثجاجا. So because the water come to the sky, and then cloud, and there is a cold area or a mountain cold, hit the cloud, and come the rain. وأنزلنا من المعصرات ماء ثجاجا لنخرج به حبا ونباتا. From this rain, hab, seeds, nabata, plants. So seeds and plants. Because you also need to go deep and think about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, نخرج, bring out seeds and plants out of this rain. وَجَنَّاتٍ أَلْفَافًا. And some plants you see, alfafa, jannat is garden. Alfafa is like going over each other. You go in a round. You see some like the grapes, other that go over each other. Alfafa. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring your attention to things that you see. You probably see it like normally. When you see this, you said, oh, it's there. We know it. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is bringing your attention to know and to see, dig in, to find how this happened. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning to you, and He's the one who made it. And He asks you to go and dig in how this things, word were created. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you clear evidence. And then, at this point, remember the start of the surah was what they're asking about. And here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you some education. That way, you yourself will know when you see this, when those who's asking questions, they will know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is sending the message of truth, which has clear evidence, which has the way, which giving you the knowledge about what's going to happen after this. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the following group of ayah, is telling us about what's going to happen. If these people do not believe and they're asking questions, that's what's going to happen to them. إِنَّ يَوْمَ الْفَصْلِ كَانَ مِيقَاتًا. The day, fasl, is the divide between two things. Fasala is divide, is spread. إِنَّ يَوْمَ الْفَصْلِ كَانَ مِيقَاتًا. The day is coming. This day will make it separate between good and bad. يوم الفصل, day of judgment. يوم ينفخ في الصور فتأتون أفواجا. When they blowing in the horn. That's the day of judgment. The day that we all gonna die. What's gonna happen? فَتَأْتُونَ أَفْوَاجًا. You come in groups. Blowing, come in a group. وَفُتِحَتِ السَّمَاء فَكَانَتْ أَبْوَابًا. The skies open. And this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always giving you how the setup of this life and how you see it. And when this end of the world is going to happen, the change in different setup. And we read, we go over in Surah Takwir, we went over in Surah Inshiqaq, Al-Infitar. That's different setup. Because this setup is for the humanity to enjoy the sun, the moon, to enjoy the rain, the food, the animal, and all this. But when the Shams kuwirat, with the Sama unshaqqat, all this gonna be destroyed and come up different setup. فتحت السماء فكانت أبوابا. The sky will open, will be doors, open doors. وسيرت الجبال فكانت سرابا. So you think that the jibal, mountains, will move and then will be destroyed. Sarab, destroyed. So you think this mountain that no one can think of, no equipments or nobody can destroy this mountain? This mountain gonna suyirat, gonna go, vanish. Saraba. Inna jahannama kanat mirsada. And then when this open the sky, you can see different setup. Jahannam, hellfire, mirsada is waiting for those that are gonna go to Jahannam. Who are those? They're not following the instruction. They're not thanking the Creator. They're not worshipping the Creator. They're not following the instruction of the Creator. Those who disbelieve in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those who oppress. Those who know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and they don't follow the instruction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَإِنَّ جَهَنَّمَ كَانَتْ مِرْصَادًا. Is ready. Mirsada is waiting for those who not follow the instruction of Allah. Who? لِلطَّاغِينَ مَآبًا. طاغين, the transgress will be ma'aba, is where they're going to end this life. Ma'aba is that's where the طاغين, the transgress, this where they're going to be their end at Jahannam. لابثين فيها أحقابا. لابثين أحقابا, they stay. أحقابا is forever. أحقابا is حقبة, and حقبة is like lots of time. أحقابا. لا يذوقون فيها بردا ولا شرابا. So this is warning to those that يتساءلون. They're asking about the نبأ العظيم. لابثين فيها أحقابا. They are stay forever. لا يذوقون فيها بردا ولا شرابا. It's going to be very hot. There is no drink. There is no bard, cold, and there is no drink. So it's going to be very hot. It's going to be, look at nothing will make them comfortable. The heat, there is no coolness. There is no drink. إلا حميما وغساقا. Oh my goodness. It's not only la sharaba, there is no water to drink. No, if you want to drink is the hamim wa ghasaqa. They drink hamim wa ghasaqa. Even the drink is going to be very hot. Ghasaqa is boiling water. Jaza'an wifaqa. This is the jaza'. This is the result of what they did, and it's matching. Wifaqa is matching what they did. They did not follow the instruction of Allah. They did not worship Allah. They didn't do that. And the result from جنس العمل, from what they did, is hellfire, no drink, except you're going to drink hot, and you're going to be very hot, no coolness, no drink. This is in this result. Okay. إنهم كانوا لا يرجون حسابا. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala go into detail to find out those people, and maybe you can advise them and tell them. إنهم كانوا لا يرجون حسابا. They don't want, they were hoping that nobody's going to question them. So they know that there is a day of judgment and they will be asked, and they were hoping that nobody's going to ask him. Because that's clear. This, you live your life, and people now, when they, even if you ask any Muslim or non-Muslim, say, oh my God, oh God, so they know there is God. But they need to know the real God, because God is one God. But people can go and manipulate it by others for businesses, whatever, to find something, and they call it God. Or someone, call it God. So those people need to be advised, need to be corrected to go, God is only one. So those who don't have access of the Quran, those who do not know the Quran, and this is our job, to go and talk to people and tell people, you get the reward and you get a reward for them too, and they will get the reward too. So that's what we need to open our mind, our heart, when we all receive this verse of the Quran, and we go talk about details. We don't say we're gonna go to heaven and the rest of the world go to hell. No, we need to explain the action and the reaction, and how Allah see fairness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and how people think. And that's why we Muslims, we say, oh, innahum kanu la yarjuna hisaba. Many people, they don't wish. There is no hisab, there is no accountability, there is no question. وَكَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا كِذَّابًا. Some people, you go tell them, they will be lied about the ayah, the signs of Allah, the verses of Allah, the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So those, they're going to go to hellfire. So those, we talk to people, some people will follow you, some people will understand you, and some will be lied about what you're saying. So this is to hellfire. وَكُلَّ شَيْءٍ أَحْصَيْنَاهُ كِتَابًا. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from their end, He said, everything is written. Everything is clean. Nobody can say, I was good, and then the end just say they were bad. Everything is documented. وَكُلَّ شَيْءٍ أَحْصَيْنَاهُ كِتَابًا. الروح والملائكة صفا لا يتكلمون إلا من أذن له الرحمن وقال صوابا. This is this day that the Ruh is Jibreel and the angels لا يتكلمون. Nobody's talk till Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala order them to talk. Is if you picture this paradise and you see how, and more of ayah of the Quran talking about muttaqeen and how they are rewarded in paradise, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala specify and give you things that for you to understand this paradise, encouragement from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it's in news to you. We need to know, picture paradise. When we meet each other, we talk about how's paradise, what do you think about paradise, what ayah of the Quran talk about paradise, and let's collect all this ayah of paradise, because that's what we want to be. This is encouragement, because in our life we like to visualize things. We visualize a nice house on the beach, and a big house and well designed and garden, all this that motivate us to work very hard to collect money to buy a nice house. But this is temporary life, and it's okay if we do that. But also the future, the real future, when we have picture of how paradise will look like, how paradise and how big is the paradise, عرضها السماوات والأرض. Picture all this. Next time, I think we're gonna go over this last part of عما يتساءلون, and we'll give some hints about all this جزء عما in all, and by then we'll finish جزء عما because there is no time. We're approaching the end of this program for today. So this is maybe, and this is your homework, maybe you read again Surah Al-Naba, عما يتساءلون, and you see how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and picture all these things around you, the sign of Allah, and picture those muttaqeen, and this how this paradise till we see. Next time we're gonna go over it again because we do it very quickly. Next time we'll go in detail, and also we're gonna go over Amma, Surah Juz Amma, to see how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to point out things that in Juz Amma, that will be encouraging for us to understand it and recite it and memorize the Quran. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the end of this episode to help us to understand the Quran as we should. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to open our mind, our brain to things that will help us to understand and to be from those muttaqeen ya Rabbal Alameen. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help everybody participate in this program. Everyone in this people, working behind the cameras, management, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward him good, because Al Amin TV, this is what we need to support. We need to Amin TV to bring us all together, and we need your support. Don't forget, this is on the screen. You can go to the website, you can call, you can mail the check, you can do anything. Please, we need your help to make this TV is worldwide. It is worldwide, but we need to bring more programs, more equipments to be able to give you be more effective for Muslims and non-Muslim. I would like to thank you very much, and Jazakumullah khair jami'an, and we'd like to hear from you. And my email address Q_thoughts@yahoo.com. And till I see you next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.